Hello! Just a quick note, jumping in here to say, I have a heck ton of content to edit. I am behind. And for my sanity, and for the sake of streamlining my uploads, I am just going to be skipping over some content that I have, but is of characters/players that I haven't been explicitly asked to document their storylines, and therefore, just for the sake of simplicity, I am going to not edit that. But if anyone is looking for their scenes and they don't see it and they want it, just let me know, and I will be happy to edit that up for you. But for the time being, I am going to stick with characters and storylines I know want to be documented. Thanks. Enjoy.
Just a reminder of how many talented people are
You've got a hospitaller. You've got a couple of hospitalars.
Hospitalars, okay.
Yeah.
I can go send for one lad.
You could. He is remarkably insightful and.
I'll go send for him. Maybe. And now I know why I'm sending for him. It is a very specific set of skills.
And so, yes, Andrew, you find yourself escorted into the office.
You are shocked to receive not one, but 4 dirty children.
Just a couple hours ago, I got private information surrounding Legionnaires. And I
So many hours.
bring up the invoice and I slide it across the table to you.
And I pick it up and read it.
It is a lot of weapons. It is
Money.
It is a lot of money.
The first shipment that was supposed to arrive was missing. Was stolen.
You mislaid the train.
The train arrived just fine. All the crates were replaced with scrap metal.
Well, specifically the crates.
All the contents of the crates was replaced with scrap metal.
But the crates were the same.
Yes.
They were numbered,
Number crates.
crates were numbered, they matched what was on the invoice.
Mm-hmm.
And the train cars were the same.
Yes. I need a before the second train leaves Belumira, I need a quick. I need to send people I trust over there to do an inspection to make sure that the second train has also not been stolen.
They inspected before they load the train.
Yes, and probably need to escort it.
They followed all the procedures.
Yeah, they follow all the procedures on our end. We have eyewitness that when the train was opened, all the contents had been replaced by that.
But when the train was loaded on the other side.
Yeah, that's what we're wondering.
And it arrived on time.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want me to do about it?
Should you so, what was the,
This mission, if you choose to
if you
accept.
choose to accept it, I'll be sending you with pick to do an inspection and to try to see what in the world happened. Because this is treason. You see the invoice. It's ridiculous.
It's an army. Maybe a couple armies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I would go myself, however the sentry needs to.
Good luck into this for you.
Thank you very much. I
I
came from the
need
bottom up.
more than the bottom of your heart. I need 3 jobs.
3 jobs.
These kids are from the gang that I grew up in that we busted up last time we were in Eastside.
Mm-hmm.
Promised them I'd teach them to be free men. And they need honest jobs. And honest jobs are hard to come by for kids from Eastside. You find these kids jobs.
I can do.
And they turn around and I talk to the 3 kids and get their approval and sign off and trust them with you. I'll need an expense account too.
Don't go overboard. I don't have that much. I don't take the usual bribes.
If you did, I wouldn't work for you. I'll have to run a few errands.
You need to be at Belumira before tomorrow night?
Tomorrow
Tomorrow night?
well, the next shipment leaves at 11:30 p.m. tomorrow night.
Yes.
So you guys, you probably will leave to take the train today.
Yeah, we're headed there.
All right. I'll leave it to your discretion.
Thanks.
And I give you the proper documents that I've already prepared.
Okay.
Written
You are.
and signed and with the seal of the Centurion.
You are now an investigator.
You've been
of the-
deputized.
Investigator of the century. Deputy of the centurion.
Yeah, I do some quick shopping, and then Hick and I hit the railway.
Okay, well,
Got a faster way to fly.
you will be traveling with a companion.
Oh boy, who do I get?
Johannes
Oh, Yohannes is coming.
Adorient Benoit.
Hi, who are you?
Andrew?
You were distinctly expecting the Centurion's investigator. You got message that the Centurion's investigator would be meeting you.
Do I know his name is Andrew? The Centurion's investigator?
You know that it's Harker, Investigator Harker.
Andrew
Harper.
Parker.
Apparently, investigator Harper.
Okay.
I got a promotion this morning.
You can tell the Centurion's taking this real
Well, I guess we should get going. The
Seems
train
like-
to Thank you.
Belumira.
Mr. Harker. Just so you know, I have some people with me as well.
Oh, okay.
These are employees of Legion Arms who wants to see what's how the crates are loaded onto and shipped by train. Make sure this doesn't happen again.
Sure, seems like you guys had your chance last time, but go for it.
Wow. Sorry.
Luckily for you, the train starts going at that point. The train. The city of Tamron, city of Eastside particularly, and the whole coastline is under fog, and has been under fog, it feels like, for months. The sun is weak, and quite honestly, you haven't seen the sun in a long time. You know that the weather, this has been the year without a sun. And food is getting more and more expensive at this point. But being on the train, you finally leave the clouds behind and break out into the open sky. As you cross the fields of Elena that are currently frosted and brown, and no apparent crops growing in fields that you can see as you journey northward to Belumira. Artemis
No.
Ardan Aquila and her maid-in-waiting Margaret Belumira Mousewitch. I believe we are in the month of Barley Moon. This is the morning of Land's Day, the 24th of Barley Moon. And it is time for Artemis and her maid-in-waiting, Artemis and Margaret. And your duties for the day are going to be different. Lawyers for Legion Arms reached out to Aquila Arms. On the estate of Arcturus Ardan Aquila in Belumira, the blue waters of the lake are most visible outside, as are in the distance the very rail lines that feed the life's blood of the city, and which over the last 2 weeks have brought the cargo necessary for you to fulfill contracts just in time. But this morning, you're not getting ready for a board meeting. You did that yesterday, and that was glorious. No, now you're getting ready because in the day before you know that there are representatives of Legion Arms coming. You've also heard that the Centurion of Eastside has sent an investigator who is going to be looking into this next transport. What is more, given the situation, the lawyers of Legion Arms were able to renegotiate the delivery agreement so that Legion Arms does not take possession of the supply until it arrives successful at Eastside, and then and only then will it become their responsibility. And so Aquila Arms' exposure is that much more extended. You have confidence in your people, but it has been absolutely established that the arms that left the warehouses in Belumira did not arrive in Eastside. And I'll leave that to the two of you to discuss further. I've said as much as I want to.
Do you have a plan of action, my lady?
Well, we have to find out what happened.
Have you considered going and investigating the warehouse where the crates would have been loaded?
Our procedures at the warehouse are good. There isn't a weakness there. I think we can consider the warehouse secure. It's everything after the warehouse.
Is the train... does the train go through the warehouse? Is there a depot where stuff in the warehouse
Rail line actually comes to the warehouses, much in the same way. If you look out on the rail lines going out of Roseville, you'll find periodically that a lot of companies were built up right on the next of the rail lines so that they would be able to load their cargo onto the trains. So that has been set up, and the rail lines coming out of Durek Zabad, where the Cold Forge made the arms, and those rail lines delivered the product to Aquila Arms warehouses. Very same place. Now trains from Legion Arms come. The train comes. Full 48 cars to pick up and transport those arms to the front.
About how, what's the number of personnel required to ship 48 cars worth of munitions?
The train will be loaded all day. As far as the actual people required, once the cars are loaded and sealed, no human being is required for the cars themselves. There's the engineers on the engines themselves, and there are men. Generally, you may have an individual riding in the rear car.
I assume there weren't any. Were there other shipments of the same magnitude going out at the same time?
These two shipments are some of the biggest shipments that you have delivered, that Aquila Arms has delivered in many a moon. Because the Aquila production time on the Durek Zabad Cold Forge was repurposed on the Cherubim project that cut into the production time, and Artemis planned it to the day the time that she could buy in order to be able to deliver the Cherubim project inside an extremely confined window of time.
If there's a weak link in the transport, where do you think it is? Assuming the warehouse is secure.
There's no telling. It's not our train that we're doing.
No.
Everything after the warehouse. I think we have to start at the warehouse and follow the train. Better be on the train.
You know that the train will have a carriage immediately following the engine, because Legion Arms officers will also be riding on the train.
And I want to see the boxes before we get on the train.
Today, the boxes are even now being packaged and sealed, so you might want to spend most of the day in the warehouse. That means you'll be on the train. Are you traveling on the train alone?
And I can bring in Margaret this
Okay.
I'm going with you whether you like it or not. I think we've
she is.
established this.
So she's current.
So you are all, out of curiosity, is there any unique or additional gear that you would be equipped with that I should be notified of?
Yes.
I assume we're armed.
Okay, with what are you armed?
Let's see. I assume some kind of short arm.
Okay,
Concealed.
Yes. Concealed.
an officer's short arm, and are you shielded?
Yes.
Are you both carrying? I won't ask, but I will expect you to know where. Okay.
Additional technology. I have my halo
Yes.
and devices for sending locations.
Okay. You eat, you have breakfast, and well before dinner, before the noontime, the two of you travel down to the Aquila Arms warehouses. By the time you guys got in late last night, and so it's you arrived in Belumira, and it was a rather simple thing to get delivery to a place where you could spend the evening, spend the night, tavern, and rooms, hot water, baths.
Nice.
We, for a moment, cut away from these exciting events. In
You leave them in a warehouse?
yeah, when we get back, the group of you will have arrived more or less at the same time at the warehouse